everyone, welcome to the channel. This is my first video on this channel, so huge thank you to LT Freeborn, Ruby Gloomwatcher, Ali X, Kayla Darkrider, and Sabrina Lionheart for sending donations to my Cash App and PayPal, because the money I got I was able to use to obviously get the Butterscotch pony and the s'mores pony, and that is why we're making these two videos. But besides that, this channel will definitely be like a vlog channel, mythology, animal rights, books, just stuff I like. So if you're into that, subscribe, obviously. However, today we are talking about the Butterscotch pony. In case you didn't know, I'll give you a really quick rundown of what this is. Hasbro in like 2006 or 2008, like between that period, they made the Butterscotch pony and the s'mores pony. These are robot horses. They're from the line Furreal Friends, and if you talk to them, pet them, they could hear you, like they could feel you. It's insane, okay? Like, not to be like extra about it, but like they are one of the best things I think Hasbro has made, and it's really sad that Hasbro discontinued them. However, you could still find them on places like eBay, Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, and a few others. Not new, obviously, but it is what it is. We're focusing on Butterscotch today. In the next video, we'll then go focus on s'mores. The Butterscotch pony, as well as the s'mores pony, has 11 sensors that can sense, touch, light, and sound. The horse also has 2 microphones on the left and right of their body, so they could hear you when you speak to them. The horse has a photo sensor on its face, so it could sense light, which is really important because the horse could sense if it's dark or light in the room, and when it's dark, the horse could go to sleep. Like, the horse will snore when it gets tired, and then it closes its eyes and falls asleep. And then to wake it up, you literally have to, like, shake it to wake up. But basically, just like a real horse, you pet the horse, groom it. You could feed it a carrot, because the horse could make chewing sounds. If you pet its muzzle, it'll breathe on your hand. The horse also neighs. They could blink. And basically, without having to repeat myself a lot, like, the horse just responds to touch and voice. The horses are, like, programmed to respond to noise, but they do respond best to their names. So, like, for Butterscotch, you would say, Butterscotch, and they'd hopefully turn to you and look at you. Or they'll neigh at you. And then for s'mores, you would obviously say s'mores, but I changed my horses' names. And by change, I mean I just call them whatever I want to call them, because I don't like using the original names because I don't really vibe with them. So for my Butterscotch model, I named him Lucky, and Butterscotch is no longer a girl, he's now a guy, because I wanted a male horse. So Lucky the gelding, and then for s'mores, I named her Scarlet. She's a mare. This horse takes 6 D batteries. And having really good batteries is really important because these horses do take a lot of energy to move. Like, they twitch their ears, they blink their eyes, they have to use, I'd say, a lot of force to have to move their head up and down because they are quite heavy as well. Like, I think they both weigh 30 pounds each. Like, both models both weigh around 30 pounds, or at least close to it. And they could also hold up to 80 pounds on their back. But I really like these horses because they are pretty, like, interactive, like they actually realistic. Like the Butterscotch model blinks, like they twitch their ears, they look at you, they'll sniff your hand, and of course feeding them, because if you give the horse a carrot, they will chew on it and make chewing sounds. And if you give them the carrot too many times, like if you try to feed them more than 6 times in a row, they'll shake their head at you to say no because they don't want any more. But yeah, when the room goes dark, they do like close their eyes and then like fall asleep. Grooming the horses is pretty fun. I really miss going to stables, and I really miss taking care of horses and riding horses. This is the next best thing for me. So I have 2 brushes. I have a curry comb and a dandy comb. And the brushes are really fun because when you groom the horse off, the horse acts like a real horse. Except they don't kick, they don't bite, they don't require vet bills or farrier bills. Or boarding fees, or any other fee really, besides batteries. Because I have the Butterscotch pony and the s'mores pony, when you put them together, like next to each other, or at least in the same room, they literally will like communicate with each other. Because they respond to sound, it makes sense they would respond to each other. So the day I got them in the same room, I put them next to each other and like they'll sniff each other's noses. Or they look at each other, neigh at each other. It's just really nice because it's like I have two horses. They aren't that large, I would say. Like, they are big for real friends animals, you know? Like, growing up in stores, I saw a lot of like furreal friends dogs or furreal friends cats, and they're like not that large. They're like small kind of. But like these are, you know, pretty big, but they're not giant. So I would say they're about 40 inches tall and probably 40 inches long as well. But basically they are really, really nice horses. The Butterscotch model is really cute. It is the first one that released. I have a lot more to say about s'mores, but either way, both horses twitch their ears, turn their head, switch their tails, respond to touch, and it's pretty much just like having a real horse, but not the same. It's like the next best thing if you can't have a real horse. It's like a really perfect gift to give to a kid who loves horses, but also I would say to anyone who's really into horses and loves robots. The fact that they have so many sensors on their body for light, for sound, for touch, and the way they respond to you. They'll neigh at you, blink their eyes, they will sniff your hand. Like, it acts like a real horse. And plus, like, from what I remember, growing up and having furreal friends, like a dog or a cat, you could feel that when you pet them, you were pressing a button. Like, when you pet them, it's not responding by sensor. It's responding by a button. When you pet these horses, there is no button. Like, it's literally just sensors throughout the horse's body, and it's really, really cool how these horses behave because they just respond through sensors. You don't have to press a button. They just naturally, robotically do this, and it's really, really fun. They sleep only when it's dark in the room. They stay awake when it's light in the room. Like, I love horses a lot, so it's really, really nice to have the Butterscotch pony and the s'mores pony. I love both, but Butterscotch was the first one to come out. Butterscotch is pretty iconic, I would say, because a lot of people really love Butterscotch. But basically, this is why I love the Butterscotch pony. I just love how realistic it is. It's not a cartoony character. It's just a mini horse. And it's realistic. It neighs. It looks at me, I could talk to it, it responds, it falls asleep when it's tired, when it's dark in the room. It's just so nice. I love it. So obviously, huge thank you to all of my supporters, because without you guys, I wouldn't have been able to make this happen. I've been wanting these two horses for the past 13 years. Now that I finally have them, I could just be happy, honestly. I've always wanted a horse, couldn't get one, obviously, so this is the next best thing, and I'm really, really happy. Like, for real. I'm so happy with them. But that is it. In the next video, we will talk about s'mores, because I think s'mores is an updated version of Butterscotch, honestly. We will talk about that next time, so make sure you're subscribed and have notifications turned on. Remember to leave a like and also comment how you feel about the horse, if you would buy it, what your opinions are, obviously. But until the next video, bye!